opponent. He hails from the Baines compound, Robert Baines.
And no one has been more destructive or disturbing than Robert Baines.
He is the sadistic survivalist. I have no idea where he resides. I'm assuming it's some kind of underground bunker. For all we know, he took a tunnel that he dug himself to get here. And what has he done with Johnny Suave as well? I don't understand what is happening with him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Some type of experiments going on in that Baines compound, you got to believe, because he absconded with Johnny Suave, and then ever since, it has not been the same Johnny Suave. You've seen Baines come out there with that dog whistle, whatever that is, and Suave at times seems to be under an absolute trance. But here, perhaps in Salyers, somebody that can go toe-to-toe and go to war with Baines.
Well, who's not in a trance is Alex Salyers. He does not appear to be intimidated at all. Look at that face. Oh!
Little wake-up call, and Salyers looking to get the jump on Robert Baines, and you can throw the rule book right out the window when you're in there with Baines, because there's no question that he is going to take a lot of liberties with the rules, so you got to fight fire with fire, and he fought fire with some fire water.
Well, this is one time I can't actually blame Salyers for his tactics, because when you're against Robert Baines, it's not even so much about winning, it's about survival, and just like that, Baines turns the tide.
Salyers back up on the outside. He hadn't even gotten that jacket off yet, and Robert Baines still feeling the effects of that 80-90 proof shot right to the eyes. And Salyers, look at this, playing a little cat and mouse game, trying to get the big man to chase.
To be honest, I think it's great strategy. You have to make Baines chase you, I think, is honestly his best chance. I think going head-on with Robert Baines is a bad idea. He already tried that. It didn't work out.
Well, both of these guys are known to drink a little liquid courage, although we don't know what in the world it is, that substance that Baines drinks that makes him apparently impervious to pain. Salyers now...
Oh, wow. Well, that is definitely a strategy I wasn't expecting.
The mental game of chess here on display by Salyers. We're talking about liquid courage. That might be the only thing that is enabling him to act out like this, because he is flirting with disaster.
If I'm Salyers, I'm very reluctant to put that mask on. Who knows what's under there?
This is not the quick, dominant start that we are accustomed to seeing with Robert Baines. He has been off balance. Whoa! Salyers with a crossbody to the outside, as you talked about, taking the fight to Baines, and maybe that's a winning recipe. Go right after him.
Well, dare I say, Alex Salyers appears to be a bit of an anti-hero here, going after the villainous Robert Baines. And this has been by far the best strategy of any of Baines' opponents thus far.
Well, and think about some of the big, bad dudes that have taken on Baines, the likes of the Hawaiian Lion, the likes of Manny Lemons, and they didn't have an answer for the power and the brutality of Robert Baines. But right now, Salyers one step ahead. Look out here! Hurricane Rana, and finishes it on the floor, and down goes Baines again.
Very dangerous there. But Salyers not afraid to take that risk. You cannot forget his neck injury history, but throwing caution to the wind.
Salyers' stock really rose in my estimation recently in a losing effort, but went to war with former Hollywood Heritage champion Bad Dude Tito and gave him all he could handle and then some. And now this is the most success I think anybody has had, really, in the ring with Robert Baines, at least in terms of keeping him off balance.
Well, it's been a very calculated attack from Alex Salyers. I'm incredibly impressed. He's clearly been watching Baines dominate his opponents, and thus far he's had an answer for everything.
When did you think you'd ever hear Alex Salyers? Oh, what a fall to the outside, and the power on display by Baines.
You were going to say, Todd?
I was going to say, when's the last time you'd ever thought you had mentioned calculated attack and Alex Salyers, the barroom brawler, in that same sentence?
Well, it's the first time, and that calculation has just been figured out by Robert Baines, just throwing him off the apron.
I think Baines had to factor the trajectory of his opponent. My goodness.
Wow.
Salyers, can he bounce back? We'll find out after this. Back to action here on Championship Wrestling from Arizona. Todd Kenley here along with Johnny LaQuasto, and we are witnessing a mauling. And that was what was going down throughout the break, as now Robert Baines is taking control and he is punishing Salyers. You documented the neck issues with Salyers in the past earlier in the matchup, and Baines has got a target on it.
It took Salyers quite a long time to get back to his feet after crashing to the outside, and Baines has not let up, like you mentioned during the commercial break. And I give Salyers a lot of credit. He is not backing down. Oh, my God.
Cross-body attempt there by Salyers.
Whoa.
Oh, Salyers taking the back here, trying to cinch in a sleeper.
It is very rare when you see Alex Salyers giving up size to anyone, but that's exactly what is happening right now against Baines, trying to take him off his feet.
That was a beautiful transition to the submission attempt there by Salyers, but an equally impressive escape, and now just riding him down is Salyers, using all that body weight and the body weight of Baines against him, and Salyers is nothing if not tenacious in this match.
Well, look, Salyers loves violence maybe almost as much as Robert Baines. I mean, he's the kind of guy that would get into a bar fight just to get out of paying his tab. He's not gonna back down. He clearly hasn't backed down. But you can see it takes so much to wear out Baines, and now 240 pounds crashing down.
Talked about body weight. There you see it. Gravity can become a factor, and Baines absolutely squashing Salyers. Nothing pretty about that, but very effective. Explosive shoulder block like a D tackle coming out of his stance into the backfield, and Baines now goes to work, and I believe that playtime is over in this one, Johnny.
You have to wonder, will Baines go after that strange liquid that you mentioned earlier, Todd, or does he feel like he has enough to choke out Alex Salyers?
Well, you never know what Baines is going to do. I mean, that's the thing. We've seen the likes of the Silver Spotlight. We've seen scramble matches. We've seen people compete for opportunities at championships on this program. What on earth is the end game of Robert Baines?
I really don't know. The guy's done a 180 in life. The Hobo was a fun-loving fan favorite, former Hollywood Heritage champion, former tag team champion. But after losing those titles with the Friendship Express, the guy disappeared, and clearly something snapped psychologically. He's paranoid now. He's violent. He believes that everyone's out to get him. He's rooting for an apocalypse.
He just might bring it on, that is for sure. Big cross-face shots there by Robert Baines, and that will take the starch out of you in a hurry. Now German suplex turns him inside out, does Baines. What a throw. And Baines is an absolute powerhouse, Johnny.
And the neck of Alex. Oh, interesting pin attempt here, and somehow Salyers barely kicks out. But yeah, I think so much damage has been done, starting with that crash to the outside. As much as Salyers doesn't want to admit it, his neck is never going to be 100% again. And you have someone like Robert Baines attacking it, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah, I don't think there was enough liquid courage to numb the type of pain that Robert Baines is dishing out in this heavyweight slugfest here on Championship Wrestling from Arizona. But Salyers finds a way to stay alive in this fight. And Salyers, you mentioned it earlier, doesn't often go to agility, to a quick pace to take advantage. That's what he's done here. Cross body again. Both men down, but Baines back up to his feet first.
Oh my God. That was unbelievable. Hits the cross body, doesn't even phase Baines. Now the Finley roll. Oh, double axe handle to the sternum.
Boy, that was vicious. Oh, that was a close call. What a relentless shot that was by Baines. All the body weight down, just a total axe down, trying to chop down the tree. And you just never know what's going to come next. Perhaps going to look for that choke.
That certainly appears to be what he's calling for. Wait, who is that? Oh, it's Suave. What was he grabbing at Baines' leg for?
Well, this perhaps the Johnny Suave. Oh, he's got that dog whistle, and he put on the brakes in a hurry. We've talked in the past. This Pavlovian type of control that Baines has.
Wow. Suave just completely stopped dead in his tracks. Meanwhile, Salyers distracted. Oh, no.
We talked about a dog whistle, and Baines as if to sick Suave on Salyers, and now the distraction into that choke, and there's nowhere to go but down when you're locked in this.
He's got it locked in. It's the Baines kill shoot, the BKS. No one has gotten out of this yet. Without a doubt, like a boa constrictor, all the blood. Oh, wait a minute.
Wow, what fight at Salyers.
Wow.
Headbutting his way out of it and scores with a hip toss judo throw. We've never seen anybody get out of that. Oh, what a throw, though. Beautiful. Belly to back slam by Baines. And Salyers is out, perhaps delaying the inevitable.
Yes, it is.
This one's over.
The BKS did the damage, and the slam took him out.
Here's your winner, Robert Baines.
As we say, out of the frying pan, into the fire, we look back at some of the action now, brought to you by Fight TV. Things got very interesting. Johnny Suave came out, grabbed the ankle of Robert Baines, looked like he was going to assist Salyers, but then the dog whistle, and things changed in a hurry.
Yeah, all of a sudden Suave turned into a trance-like zombie once again, and then went to attack Salyers, and all that took was that little bit of an opening. Robert Baines locks in the BKS, and then follows it up to finish him off.
We just,
You'll get words, but you don't get any questions. Everyone else around here is playing checkers. I am playing fourth dimension chess. I take a man with no discernible heart, maybe skill, maybe he has skill, but no heart, and I turn him into a killer. That's what I do. It's really so simple.
Oh, what a shot by Salyers. Talk is cheap, you might say.
Well, needless to say, Salyers regained consciousness.
But no expression, that vacant look on the face of Johnny Suave. As Baines has said, he took a man with no discernible hunting instincts and turned him into a killer.
Your upcoming child, I will destroy you, and I will snuggle you.
Well, it's safe to say that this might not be over between Salyers and Baines, but we'll be right back after the break with the United Television title match, Scorpio Sky taking on Ray Rosas from Coastline Clash.